We left off 316. We left the discussion that we say Shechianu during the daytime, the Ramah. Mechaber says no. And he says, the Mishna Berura cites some, say when you say Shechianu, you should have in mind the Shalachmanus and Sudas Purim. So the question was, what about if you don't read the Megillah during the daytime? You say Shechianu on Sudas Purim and on Shalachmanus. So he said some say no, because since it's just a meal, and we have always a meal by every Shabbos, every Yom Tov, there's nothing which is unusual. It's celebration of the Yom Tov, therefore you don't say it. Others say you do say it. But he said there's no question that if you read a Megillah privately, even if you don't read it for others, you say Shechianu, because again, it's the Megillah. It's on the Megillah, and once you're saying the Megillah, you said it on others. Second, let's see, we're holding in the Be'er Halacha here. So over here, the Mishna Berura had said, "B'shein lo Megillah yivarach Shechianu al mishloach mar sudas purim d'zeu davar anog chol yom chol Shabbos." That's the Mogen Avram. Mogen Avram says you should not say it. Yeshomid roy levorach min hayom zman al yom neitokvo shel ner shel yabo. Came the mizman was makosi. Okay, so let's see the Be'er Halacha. I Mishna Berura sivkot nal mashksav the Yeshomid roy levorach hum imor ksiya. That's the mor ksiya. Shehisikal Mogen Avram mor ksiya. That's Rabbi Yaakov Hemden. The Zelashon of lo yadati ma bekach shu dover nog. The Mogen Avram says it's the minog, we don't. That unless you read the Megillah, we don't say Shechianu during the daytime. The Blav mitzvah shloach monos sudas roy levorach zman al hayom. He says, independent of that, you should say Shechianu on the daytime. Va'aftu midivrei Kabbalah, although it's only, it's rabbinical. So chizuk b'shel Torah, we have to establish it to a greater degree than a doraisa. V'yosef v'yochid neishtokvo shel ner shel yabo. Kevin de bizman l'zman kosi arev b'inyan zeh chol modei Hashem shemvorchan alei mizman uzman lo boikos to say shechonim what doesn't even need a cup of wine. Tilsa omer afilu b'shuk Yom Kippurim shebo achilu shtiya. There's all the more speaking. Yom Kippur we don't eat, we don't drink. El l'shvisa menucha we refrain from work, from doing melocha. Afal pikein vorchan osa we say Shechianu for Yom Kippur. Right, when Yom Kippur starts at night, we say Shechianu. Shapu lechatchila demand lesle Megillah. He concludes a person does not have a Megillah. Lemisva zman akos desuda. You should say Shechianu on the cup of wine. You say the Shechianu when you drink the cup of wine during the Sudas Purim. Adkan l'shonu bemis l'isrosu shivorim zman al etzem hayom. Lektokva shel nes shal yabo imkein hoyel levorach gam kim birchas shos nisim. He says once according to him. He says he's a little inconsistent. Because if you're saying the Shechianu because of the miracle that took place during the daytime, that they were saved, you should say Shos Nisim Lavosenu. Why is it only limited to Shechianu? Bemes Mattos Masei al Shabbos Linin Chanukah. Duadin Linyanein Lin Purim. Miri says that if one doesn't have the Megillah, one says Shos Nisim. Like we said, if one doesn't like Hanukkah candles, and you see someone else's candles burning, you say Shos Nisim. So the Miri says regarding Hanukkah, Purim, if one doesn't have the Megillah, one says Shos Nisim. Even though you're not being Yotzei Kriyas Megillah, Mikra Megillah. Of course, it's a miracle. B'shein lahadlak ve'enu mokum she'efshol liros, sheborach lat Shos Nisha, chiyono b'lai le'ach Shos Nisim, dvarim nirim adkan l'shon, gam al etzem t'mioso shemetam al Mogen Avram, halo b'mlav mitzvah shiluach monos, roy levorach zman al hayom, lo Eda de'efshe gam Mogen Avram model lezeh, eludu mayri b'laylo, lo Megillah berach o shechionu, yotze al etzem hazman. Mashim tzad Purim God das Machabi Yotz B'Cheshechem D'Layla Mishloch Monos Sudas Purim Yom Lo Niro. Yeah. Okay, let's go further. Further in the Ramah, in the Mechaber. Ulachreo. What about after the Megillah? Third line, second line in the Mechaber. Noged levorach haravis rivenu. Right? We say a bracha harav. The Balkori says it. Im lo berach lefonev lo lachreo yotzo. One reads the Megillah, did not say the pre-bracha or the post-bracha. Yotze. Hagov v'nog like eat the matzah at the seder. Eat the matzah. You didn't say alachilas matzah, and you didn't say amotzi. You didn't say either bracha. Yotze, you ate the gzais matzah. So you've read the Megillah without saying the bracha on the Megillah. Yotze, the same. V'nhogov noglom balayla shehini avalo bayom. Okay, he says the midig is that he says there's a minog that they only say the bracha afterwards, a shehini afterwards, at night, not during the daytime. He's saying the bracha afterwards is only if you're reading the Megillah with a minyan. There's no minyan reading it privately. It's only the bracha before. Let's see the Mishna Berura. Shoshan Yaakov, something else. That's it's irrelevant. You say it, you don't say it. There's a bracha. There's a bracha. There's a bracha. Not Shoshan Yaakov. Oh, Shehini goes together with, he says, Shehini. We'll see. Let's see the Mishna Berura. Dalit, Mishna Berura. Lachred Nogan, but keep it more easy the bracha. It's based on minog. The minog is to say it. You say it. If not, not. So therefore, the Mechaber says, "Ulachreo noagim levorich," because he should say "Lachreo levorich." What does he say? Noagim. It's the minog to say the brachos. He says because the Gemara says the bracha after bracha before prior to Megillah. That's our obligation. Birchas hamitzvos. Before you do a mitzvah, you have to say a bracha. That's a chiyuv. That's an obligation. Afterwards, it's based on minog. Harav ve'in loma okel harav. Kev shkvar zoch Hashem shom Elokeinu v'yishkorsum okel. One doesn't say okel. Say av. Chen ein loma borach ato Hashem okel hanifro. Rak borach ato Hashem hanifro. Im lo berach lo lefoneo the borach seim akros. We ruled that the borach doesn't interfere or invalidate the mitzvah. Dim niska be'emse shelo berach. Let's say a person began reading the Megillah and he realized he didn't say the bracha before for whatever reason. He says between the prok and the chapters, the number of chapters, and then you say the bracha. Not in the middle of the chapter, you wait for the beginning of another chapter, you say the bracha there. Whatever the brachas you would normally say before. As long as there are 3 psukim left in the Haftorah, you'd say it. It's like an aliyah. You have to have minimally 3 psukim. So you would say it. Remember, today the kids are like out of touch. These are boys studying yeshiva, but they're out of touch. To call up a boy must be 19 for an aliyah. He forgets to say Baruch Hashem Baruch. Starts Baruch Atah Hashem Asher Baruch Abonu. Can you imagine? This boy went to elementary school, high school. He's 19 years old, and he starts the aliyah without saying Baruch Hashem Baruch. The heads are somewhere else. Whoever heard you say, read the Megillah, you're about Koreh. You say the bracha before you start. Whatever it is, it didn't enter his mind. He only realizes once he's into the reading. Okay? Evidently, things don't change. So he says that when you say the bracha, it should be between the chapters, not in the middle of the chapter. It's a minhag, as he says, it's a minhag. Avalo bayom, the kfar omer piyutim, okay, it's understood. Afterwards, based on minhag, before that's a birchas hamitzvos. Ein lo suach bo chekorinoso. You're not permitted to speak while the Megillah is being read. Mishna Berura. Ein lo suach bo chekorinoso. Hainu ben hashomea ben hakorei. Whether it's the reader starts reading, he should not interrupt, or the listener. Oslem l'such l'chatchila afil divrei Torah linyan diavad yeshchiluk. He says, however, there's a difference between, if the person had spoken, between the reader and the listener. L'shameim soch beis hakriya lo yotzo afilim chiser l'shmo tiva achas. The l'shmo kula, right? The listener, while he was speaking, he missed a word, and he never made up that word, so he didn't hear the whole reading. The listener. The reader, if he speaks, so when he speaks, he's not reading. When he stops speaking, he continues to read. So factually, after everything's said and done, he did read the whole reading. He read the whole Megillah. Korei yotza lefomim afil chatchila muter. He says even sometimes you're permitted to interrupt. Bolishol bein haprokim ne'akovot. K'molini kriya shema b'simin tzamach vov. Let's say middle kriyas Megillah, and there's the joining minyan, and they're saying Kaddish to answer Amin Yishmei Rabbah. When it says Amin Yishmei Rabbah in the middle of Shemona, in the middle of Kriya Shema, right? So the Kriyas Megillah is no more important than Kriya Shema. So if you enter Kriya Shema, you interrupt Kriyas Megillah. Amin Yishmei Rabbah. Amin Yishmei Rabbah, middle of Shemona Esrei. In middle, not Shemona, it's middle of Kriya Shema. You're in the joy, and you hear somebody saying Kaddish, and they come, and people are responding Amin Yishmei, or you're saying Kriya Shema privately, right. And you're late, and they're saying Kaddish. You interrupt even in the middle of a paragraph. Even in the middle of a paragraph, you interrupt. Amin Yishmei Rabbah. Amin Yishmei Rabbah is like Kedusha. It's equivalent of Kedusha. No, that you don't interrupt. In the middle of the first, in the middle of Hafta, you interrupt. Middle of Yom Shemo, you interrupt. Anywhere you have to. Once you say Shema Yisrael Shem El V'Shem Echad, you interrupt Amin Yishmei Rabbah. It's like Kedusha. Yeah, Kedusha middle Shemona Esrei. You say Kedusha. Shemona Esrei, you interrupt for nothing. Once you speak to God, one's a declaration. One's a declaration. Kriya Shema is a declaration of your belief. The Shemona Esrei, you have an audience with God. Once you're in that audience, you don't interrupt anything unless it's Pikuach Nefesh. You stop it. You listen. Shemei Kona, but you don't verbally. You don't interrupt. Okay. Kamolin Kriya Shema Chol Zeh Linyan Sicha B'Emtza Kriya Aval Imsoch Bein Brocha L'Tchilas Hakriya. What happens? He says the brocha and he speaks before he starts reading the Megillah. That's a hefsek, right? It's like you say a motzi, and before you eat the bread, you speak. You have to say another motzi. You put on your talis, you say L'Sat B'Tzitzis, and you didn't wrap yourself, and you speak. You have to say another bracha, because the bracha was never associated with the mitzvah. The mitzvah hadn't started. So here it's speaking where you spoke after you began reading. But he says if you would speak before you even begin reading, then definitely you'd have to say another bracha. He says, Avol Imsoch Bein HaBrocha L'Tchilas HaKriya Bein HaShomea Bein HaKorei Hifsid HaBrocha. You've forfeited the bracha. The bracha has no value. Chem Sof HaKriya, the bracha, Gamkin Osla Hafsik. Okay, that's something else. And also, if you say the bracha afterwards, you're not supposed to interrupt from the end of the closing of the reading to the closing bracha, which you say after the reading.
So if someone's just listening to it, and they speak after the Balkori makes the bracha, then they make their own personal bracha.
Yeah, but it may be too late, because once he started to read, you're too late. Your bracha has to be before he starts. Or you have to say it. Let's say, how do you catch up? Right. Unless he's willing to stop and wait for you. So you're saying the bracha would be no different, as he said before, if he forgets to say the bracha at all, and he realizes the middle, he says the bracha in the middle, right? Middle of the reading is between chapters. So the same thing if you spoke. So the bracha is, you're not yotze with his bracha. So let's say you go over to him and ask him just to pause for a moment, and you say the bracha. And then he continues, you'd be yotze, because you're no different than the Balkori himself.
And it's like someone speaking about something that's not related to Megillah. Someone speaking something related to Megillah, they wouldn't have to.
Like what? What would be? You're right.
Like, he fold it or something.
I don't know. Okay. Or let's say he didn't fold it, and he
tells the guy to fold it.
Be like speaking. If you say a motzi, then you need salt to salt the bread, right? Or you need a knife to cut the bread. It's not a hefsek, because that relates directly to to what's necessary at that moment. Okay, let's see the Chobos HaLevavos.